This week, the top-rated team bass trail in the nation wraps up the 2025 season with a 2-day championship on the legendary Sam Rayburn Reservoir. After 4 qualifying events, only the top 75 in the progressive point standings qualified to fish this week. Leading the field is the team of Ben Burns and Ian Nash.
We've had a really good year, wonderful year. A lot of stuff went our way. I would say we hadn't really lost too many fish. Lost a couple fish throughout the season, but nothing that really set us back too much. We had really good practices and really good tournaments. Made good decisions all year, so I think it was a really good season for us.
Fishing inside the top 12 in all 4 events, Burns and Nash had an exceptional year, coming into this week with a near insurmountable lead over the team of Wilson and Wells and the reigning Progressive Team of the Year, Brian Schott and Jim Smith. Clinching the title a year ago to the date, Schott and Smith earned the honors, a Mercury-powered Ranger Z518, BPS rain gear, and with paid entries into all 2025 season events. If it weren't for a tough finish last month on Belton, they might be challenging for back-to-back titles.
It was a good season. It just, the young kids they've got it wrapped up pretty well. They'd have to fall down pretty heavily here, and I don't think that's going to happen. A good young fisherman like that, I'm sure they spent their time out here. The race is for second right now, which will be entry fees and some cash for next year and everything. So I don't think we're going to repeat from Angler of the Year last year, but I think second or third place is acceptable.
This season, with the expanded Progressive Team of the Year payouts, second place picks up $2,000 in cash, 2026 season entries, and we'll set you up for the season with a BPS gift card. In addition, we'll be paying down 25 places for qualified teams. We've got even more and bigger plans for the 2026 season. Keep an eye out at TexasTeamTrail.com for all the details. Okay, with all 75 teams on the water, we'll get right into Day 1 tournament coverage with our Progressive Points leaders, Ben Burns and Ian Nash.
Should be mainly offshore. The water's dropping. If it stayed up a little bit, I'm sure there'd have been a big frog bite or some shallow stuff going on, but I think it's going to be mainly transition to offshore stuff with that dropping water. I wouldn't be surprised if some people catch some on a frog or something like that, but I'm thinking it's going to be primarily offshore.
It's early June, and fish are in transition. Up until a week ago, the lake was high, producing a strong shallow bite. But as the Corps of Engineers started releasing water, it seems that fish are starting to migrate out into their summer pattern. Big crankbaits, power worms, and jigs will be the go-to lures for those out deep.
Belton, we'd be fired up about this one.
With a whopping 65-point advantage, the Progressive Points leaders are 2 limits away from winning the title. This is their first on the day.
Just some G-juice. Really important to take care of them this year, especially when you're catching them offshore. You don't want to kill one, and you definitely don't want a penalty, and you definitely want to be able to cull them. So, no reason to not take care of them. We got to catch them both days. Second place, Chris Wilson, he's done really well out here in the past, so we're assuming he's going to win. So we're going to go out here and at least try to get a top 10 so we can shore up that Team of the Year. So I'm thinking 20 pounds a day or 18, 19 pounds a day, something like that. We'll be happy.
I don't think so.
Casting back into the same school with a Crush City swim bait, Ben sets the hook on their
a
second.
better, but we better get him, I think. I got him.
Figured anything you've got.
Okay. Just you wait.
A little tiny one.
We'll check back with Burns and Nash in a minute. Moving on, this is Chris Wilson and Thomas Wells, second in the Progressive point standings. But the point gap is not leaning in their favor.
Move.
Throwing what looks to be a 10-inch power worm on the jig head out deep. Midway through the morning, that's their first.
No.
We're gonna have to catch giants. The guys sitting in first, man, they're way up there. We'd have to. I don't even know if we could win if we won the tournament, but it's possible. There is a lot of great fishermen in this, in this circuit, and it feels good to be sitting in second.
As we close out the 2025 season, tournament officials have locked down the schedule for 2026. We'll kick it off in February on Toledo Bend, then back on Rayburn in March. Texoma in April should be a shootout, as fish will be shallow. And we'll wrap up the season in May on Lake Ray Roberts. The 2026 two-day championship will launch next June on Lake Palestine. We'll be qualifying the top 100 teams for that event. Keep up with all the details at texasteamtrail.com or hit us up on Facebook and Instagram. This is day one of the 2025 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail Championship presented by Progressive. We've got the top 75 teams in the Progressive point standings competing for better than $150,000 in cash and prizes, and conditions are tough.
It's hot. It's very hot. It's brutal afternoon. Once you get to about 11 o'clock, bite slows down and it gets miserable out there. But it is summertime. We're early June. We're here at Sam Rayburn, known for big fish.
Fish are starting to pull out of the bushes and all of that shallow water stuff. It's going to be one offshore.
I'm finding fish everywhere, from the bank all the way out to 30-foot. Brush piles, ledges, hay grass.
If you can find the right ones, it's going to be a slugfest.
For the winning team this week, there's a $52,000 prize package, including a 2025 Mercury-powered Nitro Z18 with Garmin electronics and trolling motor. We're also paying down 10 places in the overall standings. On the Progressive point side, we've upped the game this year, and the top finishing duo takes home a fully rigged Ranger Z520 plus a set of BPS guideware and paid entries for the 2026 season. We'll also be paying down 25 places for qualified teams. Barring a disaster, Ben Burns and Ian Nash have the Progressive points all but locked up, but there's still plenty of incentive for those fishing for second.
You know, Ben's leading it, got a really big lead. Anything can happen, but you know, he's a really good fisherman. He's going to be really difficult to catch. My goal is to move up as far as I can in Team of the Year, and every place I move up is money in my pocket.
The Progressive Angler of the Year is just really loaded. I think you get paid out top 25, so that's pretty good, and you can't beat the first place for Team of the Year.
The Progressive Team of the Year program will be expanding in 2026. For the updates, check in with us at texasteamtrail.com. Getting back on the water, we'll resume Day 1 championship coverage with your Progressive points leaders, Ben Burns and Ian Nash.
We're leading the Team of the Year. We got a decent lead, but with the people behind us, it's never safe. That's what we've been thinking about all week, trying to make sure we can lock that up, and then after we kind of get a good limit tomorrow, we're going to try to go for that win. So that's the main goal tomorrow, is to go get a 16, 17, 18 pound limit and then go push for a bigger bag. This is probably about the 5th spot. Finally got I'd say we got a good one. It didn't, it's not a good one by any means, but it's a 3-pounder, and 5 3-pounders would be okay today. Hitting the right place at the right time is going to be big in terms of getting the big ones to bite. There's a lot of fish out there, but they're not always wanting to bite. So making sure to hit the right thing at the right time, I think, is going to be what makes the difference. Wherever he takes me. Right here. Huh? Yeah, right here.
With 4 in the live well, this should be number 5.
It's another decent one. Another probably close to 3-pounder. Starting to feel better. We got 1160. Roughly.
With a limit in the boat, we'll move on and check in with the 2024 and reigning Progressive Team of the Year, Brian Schott and Jim Smith.
We cranking?
Yeah, cranking. Lake Sam Rayburn, Texas Team Trail Championship, Day 1. It's 9:30, and our morning has been absolutely terrible. Got 1 4-pounder and a little keeper in the boat, and really struggling right now. You know, you go out there and you look around, and we have a bunch of stuff we have to look at, so we don't really know what's there. And that's kind of how we fish a tournament. You know, we find these places that we're gonna, you catch a fish or two or just leave them, and there's a lot of stuff I never fish. I don't practice on. I just show up in tournament days. So probably jump around a lot more on day 1 than we will on day 2, just to figure out a game plan for day 2. You know, they just didn't set up right for us this morning. I don't know if they quit pulling current last night or they're not setting up on where they've been. I'm trying to figure out the puzzle right now. But right now we're struggling. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, a little bitty.
No. Big old crop.
And we're struggling.
It's shaping up to be a tough day on Rayburn, but you can learn about all the winning weights and patterns on this or any TXTT event on the news page of our website. Go to texasteamtrail.com and click on the news section. This is day one of the 2025 season-ending championship. It's early June, and it's hot. This is the team of Michael Clements and BJ Tarr. We were on board with them at the first stop of the season when Tarr and Clements were on fire, calling their shots on the way to a 7th place finish. 4 months later, and well outside of the progressive points race, BJ and Michael are back shallow, chasing another top 10 paycheck.
Our game plan is going to be power fishing shallow most of the time. We got on a pretty good bite in practice 2 days in a row now, and we're going to stick with it.
There he is.
Good one.
It feels decent. No. He might call, though. No, he's not going to call.
He's not going to call.
Not going to call. He was just in the grass. We're going shallow, and we're going to stay shallow. We found a nice shallow bite. We found an amazing topwater bite that lasts till about 10 a.m. Both days that we've been here, we don't see that changing. We don't have any real weather changes coming up. So that's our plan. We're going to stay 8 foot and less the entire time and swing for the fence.
Yeah, I didn't fish past this point because I caught that 4 right there.
Yeah.
I was like, I am out of here. No need to go any further right now. We should have had a couple. I just got bit right there.
Callan Cameron and Jake Inderman, fresh off a 7th place finish on Belton, launched this morning 13th in points. Wrapping last season 16th overall, this young Nitro team is one to watch.
Yeah, we had a good start. We started here this morning and caught a 4, a 3, and then just some good one.
Fishing deep, they're throwing a mix of soft plastics and crankbaits. With a limit in the box, Callan gets a hook into another.
Man, you want me to net it or you just want to flip it?
I'll just flip it. A little fat one.
Weigh it. See.
Ate that 500 DD. Got this little cranking school. We caught a couple of big ones out of this school. Well, 4-pounder this morning and a bigger one about 6.5 in practice. It's just a post spawn, not post spawn, but just kind of an offshore point. Bunch of them. It's probably 200 down there.
Back shallow, this is the local Ranger team of Nathan McKeska and Jimmy Smith. Qualifying for the championship in their first season on the trail, they're pitching plastics in and around flooded cover.
Well, our goal was to make the championship. We did that. And then we was wanting, you know, being on Rayburn, that kind of fell to us. We've won a championship for here before. But what we're doing right now is not going to win.
Winning isn't the only option for getting paid on the trail. With the TXTT sponsor contingency programs, if you're running a Ranger, Nitro, or Triton boat, you can earn money as the highest qualifying finisher. Garmin Tournament Rewards offers a similar program for both electronics and trolling motors. Learn more at texasteamtrail.com. Back on Clements and Tarr.
There he is. What they're eating right now. Yeah, get. Oh!
Oh no! Oh no!
That was a 3-pounder.
Yes, it was.
That was a 3-pounder.
On the swim worm?
On the swim worm. All right, regroup. Let's do it again. Our biggest challenge for this event, it's probably going to be time management. The areas that we're fishing, we just kind of ran through them in practice and we caught some good fish. The big thing about Rayburn this time of year is you can't get locked down in one area too long. We're not offshore, we're running shallow, so we need to make sure that we're steadily moving and not get hyper-focused on a singular area.
And with that, we'll get our cameras packed away and make the long run back to Humphrey Pavilion. Day 1 weigh-in is next. Fish in transition, high temps, and falling water made for a tough day on the pond.
We struggled and scrambled and caught like a 7 and a 4. That kind of helped us, and we didn't have to catch a limit. So.
Well, we caught fish up shallow basically all day long, flipping and pitching, winding, and mayflies are hatching, and that brim are everywhere. And there's still a few big ones up there. You just gotta sort of pick and choose, areas you're fishing and catch one here, catch one there.
We had a pretty good day. I think we have about 18. Missed a lot of opportunities. We probably should have had about 24, but.
Out of 75 teams, 68 carried a Crush City limit to the scales. And as always, Sam Rayburn showed out with some of the finest catches of the season. Checking in on the progressive points race, Ben Burns and Ian Nash all but locked things up with another top 10 finish.
22 pounds and 2 ounces on the scales, it locked. 22.2. How you feeling about that?
I feel pretty good. We had 2 good ones and a couple swimmers, so hopefully we can get a few of those out of there tomorrow and have a good finish.
Launching this morning 5th overall in points, Jason Bonds and Hayden Marshall have had a good season. Weighing 23.08, they'll round out the top 5. With 2 Haydens in the top 5, the other ones, Hayden Heck and Milton Adams, sacked up a limit for 24.02 in 4th place. Will Karstens and Ross Bryant will launch tomorrow in 3rd after weighing 24.11.
Well, looky here, folks, another bag over 20.
Up next, Cameron Roan and Stephen Thomas earn 2nd, weighing 5 for 26 pounds 14 ounces. And coming out on top at the end of day 1, Cole Moore and Cody Pitt have had a heck of a season. They added to it with a 28-pound 9-ounce limit anchored by a 7-pound 12-ounce kicker.
Congrats, you're leading this thing. You think you can do it again tomorrow?
I hope so. We're going to have to.
Yes, you will. What's your prediction for the winning weight?
56 pounds.
Here's a look at the top 10 on the Bass Pro and Cabela's leaderboard. Check out the complete list of standings at TexasTeamTrail.com. Moving right into 2nd day takeoff from Humphrey Pavilion, we should have similar conditions for much of the day. While we expect to see a few Hail Marys as teams try and move up into check range, those in the top 10 will go out and do exactly as they have done.
Just chipping away at every spot we got, one bite here and there, kind of throughout the day. Our big fish come in the afternoons, just cranking and dragging.
We'll probably keep our hands on a jig, a worm, and a crankbait the majority of the day.
You excited?
Absolutely.
Last year we was in 2nd, didn't finish the deal in the championship, so hopefully we'll finish the deal today. That's the plan.
1 year ago today, Cole was in the same position, leading the championship after day 1. Coming up short, they slipped to 2nd with Johnston and Renault taking the win and the boat.
Even if you win a big tournament and you get a big check, there's something different about winning a boat. It don't matter if it's a John boat. It's just the fact of winning a boat, and fishermen, I don't know, we like it.
Back on Rayburn, kicking off 2025 with new partner Cody Pitt. They earned a 4th at the first stop of the season. Skipping Texoma, they took 2nd on Toledo Bend before wrapping the season with a win on Belton, earning the big check and the boat.
All right, guys, what are we doing today?
This is a championship Sunday, and we're at Sam Rayburn, Texas Team Trail Championship.
Ready to catch them.
Awesome.
With 8 hours left in the season, you won't want to miss the final day.
Oh my God, dude, it's a giant.